Body Pathway Derangement. This is a technique used by Tsunade. Yeah, it sounds a little weird, but believe it or not, Tsunade also uses lightning style. I think this is the clearest proof of why she's known as the world's #1 medical ninja. How this jutsu works is actually pretty fascinating. Tsunade creates an electric field with her chakra. Then, through a direct strike, she sends this electricity into her opponent's nervous system. The coolest part? The electricity messes with the body's signaling system, completely scrambling all the messages from the brain to the other parts of the body. Let's break it down with an example. Normally, when your brain wants to move your right hand, it sends a signal and boom, your hand moves. But when you're hit with body pathway derangement, the brain is screaming, but the hand is deaf to it. Imagine being in a fight and not being able to control your body. Terrifying, right? As for defense, yeah, there's a way to do it, but it's insanely difficult. Take Kabuto Yakushi, for example. He managed to temporarily restore the connection between the brain and the limbs. But the dude's a genius, has crazy focus, and, well, he's also a medical ninja himself. Chidori. This is one of the most powerful lightning-style jutsu, Chidori. It was created by none other than Kakashi himself after he failed to combine lightning style with Rosengon. Actually, this failure led to a whole new path, and as a result, we got one hell of a jutsu. Technically, Chidori requires the user to concentrate a massive amount of lightning-style chakra into their palm. Honestly, the intensity of the electricity is so high that it can burn the user's hand and even peel the skin off. But it doesn't seem to be that big of a deal since Kakashi and Sasuke spam this move non-stop. What makes Chidori special is how it's used. Once the electricity is concentrated enough, the user charges straight at their opponent with insane speed. Upon impact, Chidori can pierce through the enemy's body, delivering a fatal blow. With its lightning-fast speed, Chidori is basically an assassination tool. Fangs Rush. This is a super unique sword technique combined with lightning style. Amayuri Ringo used it alongside Kiba swords. These swords have the crazy ability to amplify the user's lightning style chakra by multiple times. Just picture it. These two swords are like portable lightning rods. Fangs Rush isn't your typical slash attack. Amayuri pulls off this super agile spinning move, turning herself into a literal electric tornado. Each spin is a deadly strike, and with both Kiba swords in hand, her attack range is insane. What makes this technique stand out is its ability to hit multiple targets. While most swordsmen focus on one enemy, Fangs Rush lets Amayuri wipe out anyone around her. It's one of the most effective techniques for dealing with being surrounded. Indras Arrow. Indras Arrow isn't just some regular lightning-style jutsu. It's a technique that combines the power of Susanoo, the chakra of the tailed beasts, and Sasuke's godly control over lightning style. To pull this off, Sasuke first has to absorb chakra from all 9 tailed beasts. That's one massive energy boost. Then, he activates his complete body Susanoo, the ultimate form of Susanoo, to serve as a container for this overwhelming chakra. The most exciting part of this jutsu is how Sasuke transforms all that absorbed energy into a bow and arrow, drenched in lightning-style chakra. Yeah, being able to control that massive amount of chakra from the tailed beasts and turn it into a usable weapon? Definitely not something you see every day. As for its destructive power, well, theoretically, lightning style is weaker than wind style. But Sasuke's Indras Arrow can go toe-to-toe with Naruto's 6 paths, Ultra Big Ball Rasen Shuriken, a super powerful wind-style jutsu boosted by 6 paths chakra. This is one of the strongest attacks in Naruto. Kirin. Kirin is one of the most unique lightning-style jutsus in the ninja world. This is not your average jutsu, my friend. It's a technique that literally taps into the power of nature itself. Instead of creating lightning from his own chakra, like other lightning jutsus, Sasuke takes it to the next level by controlling natural lightning from thunderclouds. And let me tell you, this lightning is fast. I mean, it strikes from the clouds to the ground in like 1/1000th of a second. That's so fast, it's basically impossible to dodge or defend against. Talk about sudden death, right? But here's the catch. Kirin isn't exactly an easy jutsu to pull off. If there aren't any storm clouds already hanging around, Sasuke's got to create his own weather conditions. He typically uses some crazy strong fire-style jutsus to heat up the air and make those clouds. And when he busts out Amaterasu, the black flames that won't go out, he can make the storm even nastier. It's like calling in a full-on thunderstorm with a side of destruction. Once he's got the storm going, the rest of the jutsu is pretty chakra-friendly. Sasuke only needs a small amount of chakra to shape the lightning and send it right at his target. And the power behind Kirin, let's just say it's strong enough to wreck a very big structure. The one downside, after Sasuke uses it, the storm clouds disappear. So, in a battle, he can usually only pull off Kirin once. And yeah, the setup can take a bit of time, but once it's ready, you better watch out because the destruction it packs is no joke. Lightning Release Chakra Mode. So, Lightning Release Chakra Mode, yeah, just by the name, you know it's a pretty epic state, right? In reality, it's like a power-up on steroids, giving you insane strength and speed. When you go into this mode, you wrap yourself up in a layer of lightning chakra. The more chakra you have surrounding you, the more of a beast you become. It's like turning yourself into a walking lightning rod. What's cool is that it doesn't just make you stronger physically. The electric chakra layer also bounces back physical attacks, making it a natural defense. Of course, Sasuke's Chidori can still pierce through this electric armor, but hey, Raikage was pretty impressed that just a little tap could get through. That's saying something. And that's not all. The electric chakra also messes with your nervous system, making you way faster and more responsive. It's like your body is racing against everything around you. Seriously, your speed is so insane that not even the Sharingan can keep up. Techniques like Lightning Release, Body Flicker let you dodge attacks in a blink, even faster than Amaterasu. The only one who might rival this speed is Minato with his Flying Thunder God technique. But yeah, Flying Thunder God techniques is like game hacking. Liger Bomb. Alright, after going full beast mode in Lightning Release Chakra mode, Raikage starts throwing hands like it's his job. And Liger Bomb? Oh, that's one of his guaranteed win moves. This technique is as simple as it gets, but packs a punch so heavy that, yeah, pretty much nobody walks away from it. Here's how Raikage rolls with it. Once he's in that lightning charged state, he grabs his opponent and swings them up like he's about to toss them into the stratosphere. But instead of throwing them, he uses his insane strength to slam them straight into the ground. Think power bomb, but way more brutal. This slam's so hardcore, it cracks the earth beneath him, creates a massive crater, and shakes the area like it's an earthquake. The crazy part? According to Darui, nobody's ever survived a Liger Bomb. If Sasuke didn't have his Susanoo to cushion the blow, well, let's just say Raikage's opponent would be out for the count. Like, that's game over. Guillotine Drop. This one's another classic from Raikage once he's rocking that chakra armor. The man literally launches himself into the sky, then comes crashing down with a massive gravity-powered kick that hits harder than your worst Monday morning. The kicker? He loves pulling this move right after knocking his opponent down, so they don't even have time to blink before getting hit by it. The downside is, when Raikage is in the air, he can't use his body flicker to dodge or speed things up. So, while he's coming down with that death blow, he's a little vulnerable to counterattacks. Lightning Oppression Horizontal. Here's another brutal move from Raikage after he's powered up with that chakra armor. This time, he's pulling off a massive horizontal slash with his arm. A move so strong, it could basically level anything in its path. Seriously, one swing of this thing was enough to snap the ribs of Sasuke's Susanoo. And it might look simple on the surface, but trust me, the sheer power behind this move shows just how insane Raikage's strength is. Lightning Oppression Horizontal Chop. So, after activating that Lightning Release Chakra mode, Raikage jumps from a high position and comes crashing down with a brutal horizontal slash from above. And, oh boy, this move is next level. Not only does it have raw power behind it, but the added freefall motion? That's just chef's kiss to amplify the impact. Now, Raikage's physical and lightning style? No question, it's top tier. But when he's up against Edo Madara with that OP Susanoo, all he can do is push Madara down to the ground, opening a window for Terumi to land a blow. Still, it shows just how much force Raikage's got, even when facing off against something that strong. Hell Stab. Hell Stab is Raikage's ultimate move, a terrifyingly powerful thrust. So, what does he do? He focuses lightning chakra into the tip of his finger, then, boom, delivers a stab that's like a next-level version of Chidori, or Lightning Cutter. Why? Because Raikage's physical strength is on a whole other level compared to guys like Kakashi and Sasuke. We've seen him use this technique to pierce through Earth-style defenses, even the toughest ones, like the Shinobi Alliances, and he does it barehanded. The power behind it is like using some of the most advanced weaponry, but with his fingers. And here's the real kicker. The strength of the stab increases depending on how many fingers he uses. The fewer fingers, the more concentrated the chakra is, making the stab sharper and more precise. When using one finger, the concentration of chakra into an extremely small point makes the attack sharper and more precise than ever. When used correctly, nothing can probably stop this thrust. Arubo. Now we've got Arubo, and this move is all about raw power. No fancy footwork or punches. A focuses all his strength into a devastating elbow strike. We're talking about massive muscles and lightning chakra packed into one move, making it so strong that it can blast opponents away and even destroy solid rock walls. The true power of Arubo was on full display during his fight with Jugo. Even though Jugo activated his Sage transformation, a seriously powerful form that amps up his strength and durability, A's elbow strike still knocked him down hard. It's a move that shows pure, unstoppable force. You don't need a punch or kick when you've got an elbow that can send people flying, right? Lightning Release, Black Panther. This one's kind of a killer move, and it's not just about raw power, it's all about finesse. Darui uses it, but the thing is, it's a special legacy passed down directly from Raikage III himself. That's right, this move was given to just one person, and Raikage picked the right guy for the job. Darui creates a stream of black lightning. Yeah, black lightning. Because why not make it extra badass? He then shoots it out in the shape of a Black Panther, like an electrified beast charging straight for the opponent. If you get hit by that thing, good luck, because you're about to get zapped. The first time we saw just how powerful Black Lightning really was during the Fourth Great Ninja War, when Darui was facing off against a bunch of white Zetsu. In a big group battle, this move shines, giving him a way to put pressure on multiple enemies without getting bogged down in individual fights. Lightning Release, Wave of Inspiration. Next up, we've got Lightning Release, Wave of Inspiration, another Darui's technique. First, Darui spits out a huge wave of water from his mouth, and then he adds lightning to the mix. Boom. A shocking jolt hits whoever gets caught in it, instantly paralyzing them. The cool part? It's the perfect fusion of two elements. Water's great at conducting electricity, and when you throw in lightning, you've got a move that's even stronger. The water's the delivery system, and the lightning does all the damage. It's like a 1-2 punch that hits hard, fast, and wide. Lightning Water Dragon Bullet. This is another jutsu that combines water release with lightning release, but it's on another level of power. It's a combination technique between Mei Terumi and A, two of the top figures in the shinobi world. Mei starts by creating a gigantic water dragon with her water release, and then A infuses it with his lightning release power, turning it into a devastating storm of lightning. When it hits the opponent, they're not just drowned, they're paralyzed. This leaves them unable to move or counterattack, giving A and Mei the perfect opportunity to deliver their next strike without any worry. Lightning Release, False Darkness. Just like its name suggests, lightning release. False Darkness is as brutal as it gets, and it's pretty much a one-way ticket to a fiery grave for anyone caught in its path. Kakuzu, the master of this terrifying technique, lets loose a spear of lightning from his mouth that literally pierces through everything in its path. This thing doesn't care if it's rock, earth, or your poor, unsuspecting body. It just goes through. If you think you can escape this by dodging, think again. Its speed is lightning fast, so forget about outrunning it. That makes it an absolute nightmare for anyone in a direct confrontation. And if Kakuzu wants to make things extra nasty, he can spam these lightning spears, creating a barrage that blankets a whole area. Imagine being surrounded by lightning spears coming from every direction. Dodging? Not happening. What makes this even more devastating is how Kakuzu can concentrate his lightning into a pinpoint laser-like beam, making it not just fast, but deadly accurate. Lightning Release, Purple Electricity, a very cool jutsu from Kakashi Hatake's arsenal. Purple Electricity. This one's extra special, mainly because it came about after Kakashi lost his Sharingan. Yeah, Losing his ace in the hole meant he had to think outside the box and adapt. And this is how Purple Electricity was born. This jutsu lets Kakashi fire a bolt of lightning from his hand. It's not as hardcore as Lightning Cutter, but it makes up for it in versatility and adjustability. The thing with Purple Electricity is that it's perfect for long-range attacks, especially when Kakashi's in a prolonged battle and needs to stay on the offensive without getting up close and personal. One of the best things about this jutsu is Kakashi's ability to use it in all sorts of creative ways. For example, he can send it out in a multi-directional attack, making it a nightmare for anyone trying to defend. And he can even spread it through the environment. Then there's the cool part where Boruto, under Sasuke's tutelage, starts learning how to use Purple Electricity with a sword. It's like he's got his own version of Chidori Kitana, but with some Kakashi-style tweaks that make it unique and super slick for sword fighting mixed with ninjutsu. Super Vibrato Lightning Release Swords. Sasuke can channel Lightning Release Chakra into his katana. Killer Bee can do it too. Here's the deal. Killer Bee infuses his swords with Lightning Release Chakra, and that's where things get crazy. The electric chakra causes the swords to vibrate at a super high frequency, which enhances their cutting ability and lets them slice through almost anything with ease. These swords, while not magical or special in any way, are practically unstoppable once charged with that deadly chakra. One of the best demonstrations of this comes when Killer Bee's sword starts slicing through Kubikiri Bocho, Zabuza's big sword. Now, Kubikiri Bocho is no joke, but with Super Vibrato Lightning Release Swords, Bee's swords slice through it like butter. That's when Sasuke had to use Chidori to charge Kubikiri Bocho to block Killer Bee's attacks. What's even more dangerous is the sheer speed and unpredictability of Killer Bee's attacks when he uses this jutsu, combined with his 8 swords. It was pretty much a nightmare for Sasuke's group, especially in that fight where Killer Bee just kept overwhelming them with his insane sword skills and lightning-infused strikes. Vanishing Rosengon. It is basically Rasengan with an electric twist, created by Boruto Uzumaki. Here's the cool part. Boruto starts by creating a small Rasengan, but then, almost by accident, he adds Lightning Chakra into it. What happens next? The Rasengan just vanishes mid-air, like you think it's gone, and then boom, you get hit by a surprise attack. The key here is that it makes for a super tricky, unpredictable move. At first, the Rasengan is tiny, but after the Mujina Bandits arc, it gets much bigger, almost as big as a normal Rasengan. With enough chakra, Boruto can even make a giant one. Now, Momoshiki Otsutsuki had his say about it. He said it's not really powerful enough to be a game changer or anything lethal, but if it hits the right spots, it hurts. A lot. Earth Release Barrier. Earth Prison Dome of Magnificent Nothingness. In Naruto, the Earth Prison Dome of Magnificent Nothingness stands out as a unique Earth-style jutsu that's both defensive and offensive. It was famously used by Jirobo, one of the Sound Four under Orochimaru's command. This jutsu isn't just a big wall or shield, it's a full-on strategy tool. When activated, the user creates a giant dome made of earth that traps enemies inside. What's scary is that the dome can repair itself if it gets damaged, and even more terrifying, it drains chakra from anyone stuck inside. What makes this jutsu really dangerous is how it turns the enemy into a source of energy. During the mission to rescue Sasuke, Jirobo used this technique to trap Choji, Naruto, and the others. While they were stuck inside and losing chakra, Jirobo was getting stronger. It's a rare mix of trapping and chakra absorption that you don't usually see in Earth-style techniques. But no jutsu is perfect. The dome's weak point is on the opposite side of the user, a detail that Shikamaru's team cleverly figured out and used to break free. Earth Release. Added Weight Rock Technique. Added Weight Rock Technique is a unique Earth-style jutsu that shows how powerful subtle control can be. Instead of creating big rocks or walls, this technique lets the user increase the weight on a target. It's one of the signature moves of the third Tsuchikage, Onoki. When he uses it, he can make his enemies feel heavier and heavier, so much that they can't move, and in extreme cases, their bodies start to turn to stone and break under the pressure. We got to see how strong this technique really is during the Fourth Great Ninja War. Onoki teamed up with Gaara to take on Madara Uchiha and his Susanoo clones. Onoki increased the weight of the clones, while Gaara used his sand to trap and crush them. It was a perfect combo, and showed how deadly this jutsu can be when used right. What makes this technique even cooler is that it works both ways. Onoki can also use it on himself. He becomes way heavier and way stronger, like a human wrecking ball. But there's a trade-off. He moves a lot slower. That's why this move needs real skill and experience. If you're not careful, a fast enemy can dodge your attacks and turn your extra weight into a weakness. Earth Release, Double Suicide Decapitation Technique. This jutsu is actually super cool, but it didn't really get the attention it deserved. It was first introduced early in the series by Kakashi Hatake. The idea is simple but sneaky. The user hides underground, grabs the enemy's legs, and pulls them down, leaving only their head sticking out above the surface. The scary name makes it sound like it was meant to be a deadly execution move, maybe by cutting off the enemy's head while they're trapped. But in Naruto, it was mostly used as a teaching tool. In the famous Bell Test, Kakashi used this jutsu to teach Sasuke a painful lesson about overconfidence. A skilled jonin like Kakashi doesn't need much chakra to pull it off, but the result is powerful. The enemy is completely stuck, unable to move or fight back. That's the real strength of this jutsu. It's practical, effective, and perfect for certain situations. Unlike flashy earth release moves, this jutsu doesn't look impressive at all, but in the right hands, it's deadly. It's all about surprise. With this technique, even an average ninja can take down someone stronger with a well-timed sneak attack. But of course, it has weaknesses. It only works on one person at a time. It's useless on hard or rocky ground, and if the opponent is strong enough, they can break free. That's why this move is best for sneak attacks or capturing someone, not for big battles where you need wide range or explosive jutsu. Later on in the series, most fights became huge battles with ninjas throwing around jutsu like they're wizards, so there wasn't really a place anymore for techniques like this. Earth Release, Earth Flow. This jutsu is wild. Earth Flow Divide shows the crazy power of a ninja who can tap into the dragon veins, those mysterious energy flows running deep underground. When using this jutsu, the user sends chakra through their hands and into the ground, shaking the earth and splitting it open to create deep, dangerous trenches. What makes this technique so special is the insane level of control it gives. The user can choose the direction, length, width, and even the curve of the cracks in the ground. It's like turning the battlefield into your own giant sandbox sculpture, designed to mess with your enemy's plans. But this isn't just about attacking. It's also a powerful battlefield control move. You can split up enemy formations, cut off reinforcements, or even build a quick defensive moat. It's not about hitting one target, it's about changing the whole map of the fight. Of course, with great power comes great chakra control. Not just anyone can pull this off. You need to be a high-level ninja with serious chakra management skills and the ability to sense dragon veins under the ground. Basically, this jutsu is not for amateurs. Earth Release, Earthshore Return. This jutsu is basically turning the ground into your personal shield. Earthshore Return is a defensive earth release technique first shown by Jirobo from the Sound 4. It's simple but super effective. Just slam your hands on the ground, and then a huge wall of earth shoots up in front of you to block incoming attacks. What's cool is that later, Kabuto Yakushi upgraded this move into something even more impressive. With his version, called Strange Transmission Distant Shadow, he could raise walls not just in front, but from both sides too, making it a full defense move that was strong enough to block Amaterasu. The power of Earthshore Return doesn't come from flashy explosions or massive destruction. It's all about speed and reliability. Jirobo used it early in the series to block attacks from Shikamaru's team. It's fast to use and super easy to pull off. Just slam and shield. But yeah, it does have some limits. It only protects one direction unless modified like Kabuto's version, and you need to be standing on usable terrain. No pulling this off on metal floors or water. Earth Release, Earth Spear. Earth Spear is easily one of the best personal defense jutsu in Naruto. It's mainly used by Kakuzu from the Akatsuki, and it's brutal. When activated, the user sends Earth Chakra through their body, making their skin turn dark and hard as diamond. This doesn't just make them nearly indestructible, it also boosts their strength in close combat big time. What makes Earth Spear so special is that it turns your body into both a shield and a weapon. Most Earth Jutsu involve controlling rocks or the ground around you, but this one, nah. Your whole body becomes the weapon. During the fight with Naruto's team, Kakuzu took tons of hits and barely flinched, then delivered punches strong enough to crush solid rock like it's nothing. Now, even though this move makes you feel invincible, it's not totally OP. Like everything in Naruto, there's elemental balance. Earth loses to lightning, so if someone uses a lightning jutsu, yeah, they can pierce right through that diamond-hard skin. That's how Kakashi got him. Still, in Kakuzu's hands, who has massive chakra reserves, it's scary powerful. He can keep that toughened form active for a long time, turning into a living tank that charges into battle without caring about pain. It's a perfect fit for Kakuzu's brutal, no-mercy fighting style. Earth Release. Earth-style Rampart. This is the move Yamato used, and honestly, it's a low-key beast of a jutsu. Earth-style Rampart lets the user shape the ground into huge structures, like massive walls for defense or sloping hills to attack. By sending chakra into the earth, the user can raise and mold the terrain however they want. What makes this jutsu stand out is how flexible it is. You want a wall, a mountain, a huge ramp? It's all up to your imagination and how good you are at chakra control. The possibilities are almost endless. In terms of scale, Earth-style Rampart is one of the most powerful Earth jutsu. It can completely change the shape of the battlefield in seconds. But there's a catch. It takes a lot of chakra, especially if you want to build something big or complicated. So yeah, it's strong, but not game-breaking. The sad part, even though this jutsu is super useful and looks cool, it barely gets used in real fights. Earth Release. Subterranean Voyage. Earth Release. Subterranean Voyage is one of the most clever and unique Earth-style jutsu in Naruto. Unlike most Earth techniques that focus on using solid rock or heavy ground, this one turns the earth into something smooth and soft, kind of like water, so the user can move underground quickly and quietly. Kisame Hoshigaki, also known as the Chakra Monster and a member of the Akatsuki, used this jutsu in an amazing way. He combined it with his chakra-absorbing sword, Samahada, to create sneak attacks that were super hard to predict. The enemy never knew where or when he would pop up, and that made the technique even scarier. Unlike hiding like a mole technique, which is more about staying hidden, Subterranean Voyage is all about speed and surprise. It lets the user swim through the ground and strike from below. In the hands of a powerful ninja like Kisame, this jutsu becomes a deadly tool for hunting down opponents. Like the ground itself becomes his personal ocean. Earth Release. Earth-style Wall. Earth-style Wall is one of the most common and reliable defensive jutsu in the Naruto world. It strikes a perfect balance between being simple and super useful. The user can create a solid wall of earth in two ways: by transforming chakra into earth and spitting it out from their mouth, or by placing their hands on the ground and raising a wall from the natural terrain. When Hiruzen used it in his fight with Orochimaru, it worked really well to block B-rank level attacks. But the real potential of this jutsu was shown in Kakashi Retsuden, where Kakashi created a massive earth wall that surrounded an entire village, held up under non-stop attacks, lasted for over a day, and could even repair itself from a distance. Pretty crazy, right? What makes Earth-style Wall special is how versatile it is. It's not just a shield. You can also use it to trap enemies by boxing them in, or customize its shape. Kakashi even made a version that looked like a bulldog. While it's not the strongest Earth jutsu out there, its real strength lies in how practical it is. The basic version doesn't need a ton of chakra, works in tons of situations, and grows stronger the better you get at using it. Compared to jutsu like Earthshore Return, which only blocks from one side, or Earth-style Rampart, which takes creativity and a lot of chakra, Earth-style Wall is like the gold standard. It's straightforward, effective, and can be used by everyone, from genin to cage, from one-on-one fights to large-scale defense. Earth Release. Golem Technique. Earth Release. Golem technique is one of the most iconic Earth-style jutsu. It lets the user create a giant golem made of stone to fight alongside them. There are two ways to use this jutsu, either by spitting out earth and shaping it instantly, or by forming the golem using natural earth from the surroundings. What makes this technique stand out is that it brings the golem to life in a way. It's not just a pile of rocks, but a moving, powerful creature with insane strength. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, the third Tsuchikage Onoki used this jutsu to protect himself and his allies from white Zetsu attacks, showing how useful it is in real battle situations. The size of the golem can change depending on how much chakra the user puts in and what they need it for. That gives this jutsu a lot of flexibility. The golem is super strong and durable. It can crush enemies with its jaws and even take a direct explosion. But it's not perfect. It moves slowly and uses up a good amount of chakra to keep active. Compared to other Earth jutsu, like Earth-style Wall or Earth Spear, Golem technique stands out for being both offensive and defensive. It's one of the most well-rounded and impressive Earth release moves out there. Explosive Clay. It is one of the most unique techniques in the Naruto world, combining Earth release with explosion release. A rare Keki Genkai used by Deidara. Unlike most Earth-style jutsu that focus on defense or terrain manipulation, this one turns clay into deadly, artistic explosives of all shapes and sizes. Deidara, the explosive-loving and creative member of Akatsuki, stole a forbidden jutsu from Iwagakure and implanted mouths into his palms. With them, he could mold chakra into clay and create bombs ranked from C1 to C0, each level more powerful and deadly than the last. The explosive clay system reflects Deidara's tactical genius. C1 creates small birds, spiders, or bugs that are quick and perfect for scouting or surprise attacks, like the ones he used against Gaara. C2 is a massive clay dragon that acts both as transportation and a mobile bomb factory, spitting out mines to litter the battlefield. Just like during his fight with Sasuke. C3 is a giant human-shaped bomb meant for mass destruction, powerful enough to wipe out an entire village if Gaara hadn't stepped in. C4, also called Karura, is Deidara's deadliest masterpiece. It releases millions of microscopic bombs that destroy cells upon inhalation, specially designed to counter Sharingan users. Finally, C0 is his ultimate art, a massive self-destruction technique with a 10-kilometer blast radius, where Deidara turns himself into a living bomb. What makes explosive clay terrifying is its versatility and sheer destructive scale. From stealth missions to blowing entire landscapes off the map, very few jutsu can be used in as many different tactical scenarios. It stands out as a full-blown arsenal, turning art into a weapon and death into a masterpiece. Earth Release, Hiding Like a Mole Technique. Earth Release, Hiding Like a Mole Technique is one of the more subtle and clever Earth-style jutsu in Naruto. It lets the user soften the ground like sand by sending chakra into it, allowing them to move underground freely, just like a real mole. What makes this technique special is how quietly it works. As the user moves through the earth, the ground goes back to normal behind them, leaving no trace. It's basically the perfect stealth move. Skilled users like Kakashi Hatake used it in smart ways. For example, in the Bell Test arc, Kakashi sneaked under the ground and surprised Sasuke by grabbing him with the double suicide decapitation technique. It showed how this jutsu can be both a stealth tool and a surprise attack move. Tactically, it's a great technique for sneak attacks. You can completely hide underground, gather intel, or pop up and strike from where the enemy least expects. When combined with shadow clones, it becomes even better. Clones distract the enemy on the surface, while the real ninja sets up the real hit from below. But like every jutsu, this one has its limits. It doesn't work well on terrain without soil, like water or metal floors. And if the enemy has chakra sensing abilities, or special eyes like the Byakugan, they might still detect the user underground. Still, hiding like a mole. Technique really captures that classic ninja vibe. Stay hidden in the shadows, and strike when your enemy lets their guard down. Earth Release, lightweight rock technique. Earth Release, lightweight rock technique, is one of the most unique and surprising Earth-style jutsu in Naruto. Unlike most Earth techniques that are all about heaviness and solid defense, this jutsu does the opposite. It makes things super light, even lighter than air. The one who really mastered it is Onoki, the third Tsuchikage of the Stone Village. People even called him the Flying Old Man because he could float and fly around the battlefield like it was nothing. Here's how it works. The user controls chakra to change the density of an object. That means they can make something heavy feel super light without changing its size or shape. Onoki used this jutsu on himself to fly and dodge attacks, and also to get a full view of the battlefield from above. He could also use it on other people or objects, which made it a super flexible move in battle. In the Fourth Great Ninja War, he even used it to reduce the weight of Madara's massive meteor. Opening Earth Rising Excavation. Earth Release. Opening Earth Rising Excavation is one of the most powerful Earth-style jutsu in the Naruto series. It's kind of like a mini volcano erupting from below, blasting anything underground straight into the air. What makes this technique so useful is that it turns the ground itself, where many ninja like to hide, into a deadly trap. The best part about this jutsu is that it shuts down one of the ninja world's favorite tricks, hiding underground. Anyone trying to sneak around below gets blasted up, totally off balance, and becomes an easy target for follow-up attacks. This move works really well when teamed up with long-range ninjutsu like fire or wind style. In a world where sneaky underground tactics are pretty common, opening Earth Rising Excavation is the perfect counter, especially in large-scale battles. Alright, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.